Only Tiger Mario doesn't seem to work.
Pardon me, I had to clear up my throat, and I was just watching a video by Vine Sauce, aka Vinny, that was playing the Super Mario Brothers 40th anniversary, or it has a cute dollar sign on it. This is supposed to be modded, um, Mario game, so to speak. And remember Satoru Iwata, basically the vice president of Nintendo, and basically did invented Kirby, or no, I think that's Sakurai, if I remembered. I think he invented Earthbound. It's been a long time because, well, I don't want to remember his past since I broke down on my live stream of viewing an amazing video. There was like no editing. Well, very, very little editing by Lord Fragmire that was talking about the downfall. I want to say downfall. The Nintendo Switch 2 being evil. I like to call it Switchism. And this guy for someone that has the Switch himself, not the second one, but the Switch, right? Nintendo has kind of went downhill because I was talking to my viewers about this on my live stream, and I know that very few people are going to be interested of this because, well, I don't have any good editing, right? Or filming in portrait mode, or looking like a hot mixed guy with green eyes, or hazel eyes, so to speak. That's just how it is. And I have to say, after watching that video that he basically posted about it, I want to just add a few more extra things. Why does Nintendo accessories and games have to be so darn expensive, right? And this comes from someone that adores Miyamoto, Sakurai himself, absolutely, right? And yeah, let's see, you're missing one more. The voice actor, the mall voice actor, not just Charles Martinet, but a new one that's pretty cute. I think people, or at least from what that guy said, Frogmire, if I remember his name, because this video went viral. Well, it was around 56,000 views or something, but it's like 40,000 I've seen at first in the first 5 hours. Really good video. I highly suggest it. Just type in the Nintendo Switch 2 is evil. You should be able to find it on YouTube. Nintendo is trying to get a little bit corp starved. I would say money hungry though, but I don't like to use that term because you kind of notice how Nintendo doesn't seem as, let's just say, unique or as family friendly. What I mean, or business family friendly, because I noticed when it comes to Amiibos that Frogmire mentioned, you have to pay $40 for a Mario and, well, these are for by themselves, Mario and Rosalina Amiibo. I think it should be down to $13 if you actually ask me, because they're getting a little bit self-centered. I mean, I would like to say they were greedy, but self-centered at this point because the prices are expensive, and I just don't understand why. You know, for people that do struggle financially, that have kids, because Nintendo is supposed to be a family-friendly company, gaming company, right? Why do I have to pay so much for these games? Not to mention for what Fragmire, but by the way, one word, tree. I don't know. I just, sorry, I'm having an autistic habit right now. I don't know, Shamrock tree. Is this that from what he added for the DLC? I'm just adding some, because I'm not live streaming right now. I probably would have looked much better if I was live streaming. But the thing is that for us to basically buy these games, we had to pay more money just to unlock certain characters. Now, I know Smash Ultimate, we had that problem, right? Because I love that game. It sucks Super Monkey Balls that in order for me to basically play the other fighters after Bowser Jr. that I haven't unlocked yet, because, well, I just don't really care, right? Because I'm satisfied with what I have on my Switch for Ultimate. Because yes, I don't have all the characters unlocked because one, I don't have the Wi-Fi, right? That you got to pay for, which I think is ridiculous. And then two, for the DLC, well, I just don't really give a wish to spin. And three, I'm a Smash Brothers fanatic. I'm thinking it's a little bit just criminal, even though it's not, that we basically have to pay just to unlock characters. It's as though this is the great COVID era, the COVID depression, because after what has happened during COVID, even though the Switch came out way before then, it just seems that everything is encouraged to be behind a paywall, or you have to basically set up a plan Same thing for GeoGuessr. You got to pay for that now, which I think is really this dim-witted of an idea. And then not to mention Duolingo. Oh my goodness, yeah, everything has gone downhill. They took out Guarani, which is basically a Spanish type of language, right? I wanted to continue studying it, and I think they took out another language, and instead of the tree method, you have the path method. And not to mention, if you basically do manage to get 5 questions wrong or puzzles of the lesson that you're being taught, you gotta wait until the next day. It feels as though in order to be alive or to get around society, you have to pay everything. I think it's ridiculous, especially for people that are less fortunate, right? They're not gonna have that luxury to basically, have fun when it comes to games or gain the education that they need. And I just think that's a big issue. And basically the mid 2020s so far. So that's just something I just want to share about Nintendo, right? Since I know maybe I look a little bit late and I'm just a little bit too lazy at the moment, but I miss Iwata. And also, I may do this as a part 2. Don't you remember G4 and E3? For my gamers out there, I'm sure you do, because I have all my viewers do. I should have screenshot what this said, but of course, it only lasts 2 hours before their comments. It doesn't get erased, but it doesn't show, right? Or real on the live stream on my dogging channel. But that's just something I just wanted to share. It's the same name as my TikTok name, and it's 10:31, the 15th of September on the Monday, and I just thought I could actually just share my thoughts. So other than that, I just say as a model fan of myself, Nintendo needs to basically cut down the prices on these stuff, especially the accessories, because there are people out there that are Nintendo fans that won't be able to afford that. And $40 though for a Mario and or Rosalina Amiibo, man, you can feed a whole family with that money in like a whole week's worth. A long time. Maybe 2 weeks, depending on how much you spent. Because I can live off $20 in a week. I many times. That'll get a whole week's worth. But what do you think? Literally.